This is Mark 13 and 18. And it says, "And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which the Most High created until this time, neither shall be." I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp coming back to you, but I hope it's another quick and edifying sit down. And this was inspired by a little video that I saw on YouTube. And it's on this Jennings guy, HHN. He has some pretty interesting stuff. But this one is Operation Dark Winter, Awake Yet. So it's very short, about a minute long. We're going to let it play and get some more scripture. All right, and you read that. And if any of you all watched the presidential debate, Joe Biden made reference to that many times, that he says America needs to be prepared for a dark winter. And I remember when I first saw that and I was talking with my wife, I told her, I guarantee you a lot of people did not look up what that meant. As you can see, it was explaining a bio terrorism, okay, a military exercise that mimics what is happening right now. And the thing is, if things operate on their timetable where they're going to start doing this in the winter, things are going to get very ugly. That's why the scripture says, let me read this once again, Mark 13 and 18, and it says, "And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter," just on the mere fact that in the wintertime it is blistering cold outside, especially here in Chicago, where the temperature actually gets down to negative 30, sometimes negative 40. It's not uncommon here in Chicago to have a week of negative, on average, negative 15. It says, "For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which the Most High created until this time, neither shall be." Let me get that word affliction in Mark 13. Just so we can have a very good explanation on that. All right. Affliction.
Strong's G 2347. Thlipsis. Thlipsis.
Thlipsis. It says a pressing, Pressing together, pressure, metaphorically, oppression, affliction, tribulation, distress, straits. It says afflicted or affliction, anguish, burden, persecution, tribulation, trouble. All right. So it's saying that in that day it'll be affliction, it'll be oppression, tribulation, distress, straits, anguish, persecution, and tribulation as never has happened before. Okay? And what scripture comes to mind when you think about that? A time like never before. Jeremiah 30:7, it says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, Jacob's affliction. Okay, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, and so that affliction is in reference to many things that's going to happen during this time that Operation Dark Winter is going to put in place. Just on a higher level, we already got folks that are not down for the juice, but they're going to further enforce that. You already got it to where folks can barely travel to certain countries, particularly the European nations, unless you're fully juiced. Okay? Eventually, the ultimate shutting down of any business that they don't deem so-called essential. You have that happening right now, but when they up the ante, it's going to wipe everything out, so on and so forth. Because what else do you have going on right now that's going to further add to this trouble and affliction during the time of the dark winter? Rent and mortgage moratorium. Okay, you got this worker shortage. You have a shipping container crisis where you got almost 500,000 containers out in the sea waiting. You got truckers going on strike. You got food shortages. You got a lot of things happening right now that people are completely unaware of. As the scripture says, let me get that word. Where is it at? Ooh, that's a good one. I think it's that one. I think it's this one in Isaiah. What's that? 8:22. Isaiah 8, I'm going to start at 21. And it says, actually, I'm going to start at 9. I'm going to start at 18. It says, Behold, I and the children whom Yahweh hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel from Yahweh of hosts, which dwell in Mount Zion. Okay? the prophets. We are the sign letting you know that, hey, you better get ready, because these people who are in power, they are ready. They are ready to come down with that great wrath as spoken of in the book of Revelation. And it says that, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God, for the living to the dead? Right. Because people are going to start looking for answers when things start getting very rough. Okay, when there's no more wiggle room, there's no more slick talk and back doors and shucking and jiving that you can do to get out these certain jams. Okay, people are going to be looking for all types of answers in the wrong places, except for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it says, and they shall pass through it hardly bested and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their power, and look upward, and they shall look unto the earth and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. See, that's what's going to happen when this dark winter fully kicks into effect. Okay, people will be in dire circumstances. As I said, there won't be any wiggle room. As the scripture said, I believe that was in I believe it's in Amos, where it talks about as that man did flee from a lion and met a bear, and then he escaped the bear, then went into the house, put his hand on the windowsill, and then got bit by the serpent. Okay, there's going to be no more wiggle room. I believe it's in Amos. Yep. Amos 5:19. And it says, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. It says, shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Right. That just matches with the other one where it says it's going to be dimness. All these people are going to go into darkness. They're going to lose their damn minds. They will not know what the hell hit them. And see, this is why you folks out there need to be paying attention to the men of the Lord, because we have the answers. We have the knowledge that you seek to save you when this time comes. But prophecy must be fulfilled. And many of you all will be found with no protection. And I'm not just talking about the women, it's the men too. Many of you all will not have protection in that day. And you will wish that you have listened to the men of the Lord. But by then it will be too late. So I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.